Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your mid-January 2019 Tarot and Astrology reading. I think I've maybe been saying 18 in the readings, I'm not sure. Hopefully not. So, welcome to my channel if you're new, and welcome back if you're a subscriber. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to the channel. We're growing slowly but steady and it's very exciting. So Sagittarius, there is a square on the 13th between your ruler Jupiter in your sign against Neptune, which is occupying its own sign as well, Pisces, and that is for you, your family sector. So if you've been at loggerheads with a family member, this would explain why. Okay, issues may come to light. You may be feeling like you're trying to get your point across to people in your family, and you may feel like you're not being totally well received. You may also feel as if they don't understand you and you don't understand them, and there's a bit of a discord. Just breathe with it. It doesn't mean that it's going to be this energy forever. This energy will reoccur over the year a couple of times though, in later months, until you know which direction to take it in. So family issues may be prevalent, or they may come to a head, and you may start to discover some answers actually, particularly around the total lunar eclipse in the sign of Leo, your sister fire sign, which, Sagittarius, for you is all about travel and wider society, different cultures, the world, philosophy, higher education. You may actually get a bit of a higher perspective. To have a total lunar eclipse in this sector for you as the archer, as the philosopher, as the wanderlust creator, I suppose. You guys sort of invented wanderlust, I think. And to have such a big event occur there, actually to me suggests, Sagittarius, you may be considering a move. It did come up in the January reading in general, if you want to check that out. It's going to be a bit longer than this one. I am doing an extended reading set this month to deal with each other's signs. So if you're a Sagittarius dealing with a water sign, for example, or an earth sign, for example, there will be readings there on Vimeo if you want to check that out. Okay? So let's see what we've got for Sagittarius. Okay, I'm gonna take these first and foremost, actually, before I split the deck and go in, because these have popped out. 9 of Cups and Judgment. A wish comes true that is deep. Could be surrounding a Scorpio person, actually. Judgment is Scorpio. There's a wake-up call to something you want, and there's a very strong potential that something you want comes true. With Jupiter in your sign, wishes coming true will become something that is a lot more within reach. Now, what's the difference between a wish and a goal? Action. Okay? And you know that there's something within you that you need to do. You know that there's something you need to accept. You know that there is something within you that needs to change, or an external circumstance that needs to change. Judgment. Ooh, this could be to do with an air sign. Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. But this also represents ambition. I am using a different deck. It's the Oceanic Tarot. You're having a wake-up call to something you want, something that you maybe didn't know that you wanted. And now you're thinking, that would suit me. I've got an idea, I've got a vision, I've got a goal. 2019, I'm going to do this. 2019, I'm going to do that. You've got an idea, you're thinking bigger. Think bigger. Oopsies. Getting ahead of myself. 2 of Wands came out again. You have the vision. Destiny is supporting you. Wheel of Fortune. Responsibility is in your favor. So you're feeling responsible. What's challenging you, though, is achievement. 8 of Pentacles. And the outcome is the King of Swords again. Ambition. And underneath we have the 3 of Wands, which is the motivation. Very powerful energies, actually, Sagittarius. We have a need within ourselves this month to create something bigger for ourselves. You have an ambition for the future. You have a goal. You have an agenda. Okay, so let's talk about the Aquarian in the room, romantically speaking, or business. So if you're dealing with an Aquarius person, there seems to be a decision to make on where to take the relationship. whether or not to advance it into a commitment. Whether or not it could be a commitment. You feel like this person's meant to be with you, or you feel like this person's been brought to you by fate. They may well have been. They may also be kind of difficult to uncover the truth from. They may be sort of hard to figure out. With a lunar eclipse in Leo, it's going to affect Aquarians in their partnership sector, so be mindful that maybe Aquarians aren't really totally sure what they want all the time. Not this month. They may be a little bit fluxy, if fluxy was a word. They may be fluctuating. That's a better way to put it. But nonetheless, there seems to be an Aquarius energy. It could be an air sign in general. Also, Sagittarius, and I will go into this in the extended, there seems to be Scorpio, Leo, and Taurus energies too. The thing is, commitment is what's being questioned. Are you ready to go into a relationship? Are you ready to move into something solid? Or are you ready for someone solid to appear? If you're completely single and you're waiting for somebody to appear, Venus is in your sign for the remainder of January. Whoosh! So you're going to be really, really popular. You're going to be really attractive. If you're completely a single person, you're drawing in a new air sign energy. Okay? And you're actually thinking, I might want to commit to this person. Because the Ten of Wands is in the positive position. So you're willing to be responsible. Even though Venus in Sagittarius is a very carefree planet, you want to be responsible and you want to do right by people. The challenge is the achievement part. So you're not entirely sure what action you need to take to do this, but you're figuring it out. That's the important thing. You're figuring it out. Knight of Cups, so there's a water sign who likes you a lot, Sagittarius. Two of Wands and the Knight of Cups. Could be someone you're already involved with, a water sign. Proposals. Interesting. Eight of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. Change. Your destiny is changing in a big way. Four of Cups is boredom. Now this isn't a positive, so boredom's motivating you. The Moon illusion is in your challenge, and the outcome is strength. Okay. Death is underneath. Definitely could be a Scorpio in the underlying theme. But you're fluctuating yourself, Sagittarius, between wanting to commit and finding the idea boring. You want to give your all to something or someone, but at the same time you're kind of thinking, there's variety out there for me. Why does this commitment... What is it with... There's something lying in your subconscious that's telling you to wait until you have all the answers. You think maybe somebody could be a bit of an illusion. You think maybe somebody's withholding the truth, or they're not being true to themselves. And the Moon, honestly, they're probably not. They may be hiding their vulnerability though, so be mindful. You want change. You want a completely different career. You want a completely different relationship status. You want a completely different type of person to date. You want a completely different type of place to live. You want change. You want real change. You want to shake things up. You're ambitious to a big degree. Jupiter in your sign, being your ruler, is expansive. And then it's going to jar against Neptune. And if you're dealing with a Pisces or a water sign, you guys are going to come into real, murky waters about things. You don't trust each other because of this transit. You don't totally understand each other. You both want kind of different things, at least you think, but you don't quite know how to get there. If you're dealing with anybody romantically, I think there could be a moment where you wonder if you'd be better off having kept your options open. There could be a Leo in the periphery as well. The thing is, when I see strength here, it means that you need to take on a level of understanding with a person around you that you don't quite have yet. So, Sagittarius, what I'm seeing for you is that maybe with the Four of Cups, you're worried about tying yourself down and being bored, or you're worried about committing to something and not being fulfilled. You're going through a bit of a transformation, I must say, and Jupiter in your sign will do that to you. I'm Scorpio. I just came out of the Jupiter in Scorpio transit, and it will leave you with something different. And as a naturally optimistic sign, I think it will actually leave you with responsibility, which is kind of funny, because you've done your Saturn transit. Saturn was in Sagittarius before it was in Capricorn, obviously. And with Capricorn energy, it's encouraging you to be a lot more mindful of how you spend your money. You're wondering what to do about somebody romantically, for sure. I think it could be a fixed sign. I'm getting Aquarius, Leo, and Scorpio from the cards. With Venus in your sign, as I say, you're going to be popular, so you're wondering, what's the better option for me? With the... With the Leo eclipse, I think a lot of you might really want some dramatic changes, which is why you're uncertain about the people you're surrounding yourself with. You really want change towards the end of the month, and you want to suit yourself, which is fine. It's just that there seems to be someone with feelings involved here too. It's kind of interesting. Six of Cups, there is a soulmate connection. There is a romantic connection that's quite deep. Okay, this is why you're confused. Five of Cups, sadness, because you've been hurt before and it's had a habit of repeating itself. Or you're dealing with someone who's been hurt before and it's had a habit of repeating itself. The Magician's in your favor. What a guy to have in your favor. Ace of Pentacles is the challenge. And the Page of Cups is the offer. Four of Wands. Ah. Lovely. Okay. You're dealing with a Pisces. You guys don't understand each other, but you both actually really care about each other. The suspicion of what they're offering will subside with compassion and strength. You're coming across to them like a King of Swords, Sagittarius. You're not coming forward as your usual gregarious affectionate self. You're actually coming across as very hard to read and very stern. There's a water sign, or at least there's somebody romantically who's really into you. Honestly. But one of you has been hurt before quite significantly. Maybe one of you is hung up on an ex or a past experience, but neither of you are offering your hand. If it's business, somebody may not be offering you something completely genuine, or you may feel like you missed out on an opportunity. And it actually makes you more ambitious. And you think, I could get something bigger, something better. You're thinking, I deserve more responsibility in the workplace, which is really positive. With your career, you're willing to take on a lot more of the work. And you're manifesting things happen. Just because you missed out on one opportunity doesn't mean the rest won't follow. Okay? It's just one. Strength in the Page of Cups. There's somebody who really, really cares about you, and they're a bit vulnerable. They're maybe younger than you. They're maybe been hurt before. Could be a Leo person. You could be receiving an offer of romance from a Leo. Or an air sign, I must say, but to be honest, all the signs are here. I will, in the extended, because I'm doing love extendeds now, go into each element differently. So if you're dealing with a Leo, a fire sign, if you're dealing with a water sign, if you're dealing with an air, whatever, go into that in the extended. Now, as you know, just to mention the Four of Wands, actually, there is somebody here who could be long-term potential, or who sees you as long-term potential, or a house change. You're waiting for a house change, and I think that that's coming. Okay, it's maybe not coming in the end of January. I think it's more February. But, in fact, I actually feel like it's February, March, to be honest. But if that's what you're looking for, a change in residence, February, March is a better time. But let's clarify this Page of Cups. Ooh, that one jumped. The Fool, new beginnings. There's a new love offer. Or the offer of a new beginning. That's beautiful. Beautiful. Putting the past behind you and starting over. I like it. Nine of Wands, defense. I get you're afraid. One of you is very defensive and one of you is very afraid. I think somebody, especially if you're dealing with a Pisces, is not showing their hand. And it's blocking you guys from achieving something special. You're dealing with an air sign, though. They're a real good match for you because they're strong. They're tough. They're willing to put themselves out there. The Fool. Diving right in. And yet keeping your guard up. Do you know if you dive into the water with a life jacket, you're just going to bob right up to the top? Just an FYI. You're not going to get very deep if you jump into the water with a life jacket. I know, when I was a child, I tried it. Just to jump in the water with a life jacket because I was scared. And you just get such an almighty clump into the water instead of diving elegantly into the beautiful water and submerging yourself. No, don't jump in with a life jacket. I get that you don't want to get hurt, but you can't dive in fully if you're wearing a freaking inflatable. Don't do it. The Nine of Wands is also the phrase "don't give up." Don't give up on love. Don't give up on somebody new either. Like, you know, if you're heartbroken over somebody in the past, or I don't know, but there's a romantic opportunity, and it feels like something very sincere and very sweet, like a really sweet person. And I think maybe they're so sweet you're worried about getting bored. I don't know. Maybe you're the Magician. You've maybe dealt with more manipulative or outwardly exciting people, but the excitement in real relationships usually comes later. You know, if you date someone who's right for you over time, it gets better rather than appearing all exciting at first and then fading away. You don't want to date someone who pretends to be something they're not. But for some reason, I think somebody is withholding their true feelings from you because they're scared. Okay? They've been hurt before. Very badly, might I put. So I can't tell if that's you or them. But the Ace of Pentacles, represented by this tortoise. Someone's got a shell that they hide behind. But they're in it for the long haul. It just so happens you're not sure. It can go either way. It can be that they're not sure. If I see boredom in the challenge position, it can be that you're looking for something very exciting, and maybe this person just doesn't come across that way, but they're very emotionally fulfilling for you. It's just that you don't want a repetition of the past. If you don't want a repetition of the past, stop going for the same type of person. If this is a business thing, I feel you get an offer by sticking to your guns, okay? You know, you want more responsibility in the workplace. I get that. You want more responsibility. You want more recognition. You want more whatever. You need to meditate. You need to spend time by yourself. Siege quiet time. Take some time alone to rest, meditate, and contemplate. Really think things through, Sagittarius. The lunar eclipse in Leo, you might not be thinking entirely clear. So take time to consider it. Aphrodite, inner goddess. Venus is in your sign. You're going to be really attractive. So the opportunities for money and business are going to be coming at you from all angles. Money and romance. Do bear in mind of this square with Neptune. Mars and Saturn are also squaring off. Mars is in your romantic sector actually, and squaring off with Neptune for you in your finances. Not Neptune, Saturn in your finances. You're probably going to try and have like an imagery haul. I think a lot of you are going to be buying a lot of clothes, getting a haircut, maybe going somewhere fancy. Make sure you're doing it for yourself and nobody else's benefit. Okay, so if you want an extended reading, it's going to be on Vimeo. I'm going to go into the air signs, water signs, fire signs, earth signs, and if not, I'll see you guys next month. Love you, bye!